This is liquid watercolor. Liquid watercolor is really great, but you only need a teeny tiny amount of it to make it work. So you can pour it into cups. You also need a cup of water and a paintbrush and a paper towel, just like regular watercolor. When you use it, it's very concentrated, which means it's a very, very thick color. So do you see how it goes on beautifully? And you can fill in large areas with this. When you change colors, make sure you wash your brush off in between. So wash it, dry it down, and you can see, look how beautiful that blue is. My goodness. It's hard to mix watercolor because it dries so quickly, but you can dilute it and make it a little bit more see-through. So by adding water to it, it makes it a little bit lighter. And here I'm going to add a little bit more water to it. Do you see how it's getting lighter and lighter? So you get a little bit more range with this than you do with watercolor cakes, which is really, really nice. However, watercolor, liquid watercolor, it will stain your clothes and your hands for a little bit. You can mix them in the colors, but you can't mix them on the paper, and that's okay. Try not to rub a paper spot for too long, because when you rub it with a wet brush, I'm going to show you what happens. It's not so pretty. I'm going to keep rubbing this spot and it starts to ball up. So if you press too hard, if you rub in the same spot, you get these little tiny pieces of paper, and it's basically your paper falling apart and dissolving, which is not cool. So make sure you don't stay in one spot too long.